shot, I wanted to go ahead and create this quick training bootcamp real quick just to give you a little bit of guidance to make sure that you going through the correct path and help you strategize the next set of steps. So effectively, you already have your workshops established, your Freedom Fusion Fit workshops that you're promoting and teaching already established. Just make sure that you do a couple of steps to make sure that moms over 40 are aware of this workshop a bit more. The best way to do that is to jump into my threads and quickly find a couple of threads across different topics, ranging from restaurant business models, RV, mom business models, drop shipping business models, how to promote things across different platforms. And all we want to do is you want to just supercharge Freedom Fusion System CRM with a couple of recurring posts. So this way we have different styles of posts hitting different types of socials, Google, Pinterest, TikTok, threads, and constantly promoting on a recurring basis your workshops. Just make sure that you spread it out across different time periods to make it a bit more kind of not oversaturated and randomized a bit. But definitely what you want to be including in those recurring posts is that we're doing those workshops. Here's an example of a thread. We cover different types of threads that promote different types of Freedom Fusion paths for business moms over 40. We help moms over 40 build their own brands and either become the TikTok shop affiliate or help them learn how to do drop shipping or any other kind of business models that helps moms create their own feudal kingdom, build that feudal kingdom one feudal land at a time, get other virtual assistants to work together with you, with those moms. So this way they make money more, they sell more products, that kind of stuff, that kind of thing. And of course, as you continuously develop those workshops, as you continuously create those workshops, show examples of those videos that you're constructing. For example, let's say right now you went ahead and jumped into one of the YouTube videos that I sent you for how to conquer the dropshipping game. So immediately while you're researching the products for us for Freedom Fusion System, while you're trying to figure out like how this whole thing works, go ahead and the instant you figure something out, the instant you go ahead and find the product, go ahead and create a fire-looking video, create like and not necessarily like short form video, but just create like a Zoom recording, jump onto Slack, and just start a workshop and show an example of how to find a viable product, how to source it from China, how to bring it in, and how to operationalize it, and how to make it work with the Freedom Fusion System CRM. So in the process of you kind of showing a particular topic within a specific business model that you're covering, you also show Freedom Fusion System CRM and how useful it can be for moms over 40. For example, let's say you're covering drop shipping and telling people, hey guys, check this out. This is how you find the winning product. This is how you reach out to those suppliers. This is what you want to say inside of your script. This is how you do this. But by the way, this is an example of how I do the research. At which point, what you want to do, you want to whip out your automation, N8N automation. I already have my computer turned on for you, so this way you have full power. You have access to all the models, the latest and the greatest models. You just use that. And when you start reaching out, when you start showing something in Zoom, like for example how you doing the product research, what you want to do, you want to whip out some of those N8N automations and show example of how you're using those automations in real time while researching products. So for example, let's say moms over 40 constantly struggle to figure out what kind of a marketing angle to take. And what you did, you whipped out an automation that shows that literally flies across Reddit, across TikTok, across all of these different socials, and helps you find the marketing angle, what script to say, how to say it, and comes back to you and shows it to you in a platter. So you want to demonstrate something like this directly in your coaching session. Remember, as many moms start signing up for your workshops, you're going to be constantly funneling them into your workshops through CRM, which is basically a gateway to all the socials. It's something that you're going to be constantly supercharging and updating those email nurturing campaigns whenever somebody joins those workshops to help those moms understand those different types of business models. As you grow into different types of models and as you're explaining different types of Freedom Fusion paths to those moms, what you're going to be doing, you're going to be inviting them into ThreadStack Digital Power Bundle. So if they sign up for $14.99 and they're interested in additional encouragement, accountability, and support, then that's great. That makes you money. And at the same time, will help those boss moms learn some of those skills that are really not taught in college, give them additional encouragement and support while maximizing your chances of success. So you spawn money not only from affiliate relationships, from affiliate purchases, but also make money from personal coaching. So what the way it works is typically what you want to be doing, you want to be funneling them into Thread Stack Digital Power Bundle, but also what you want to be telling them is, by the way, guys, if you want additional encouragement, accountability, and support, jump into our feudal incubator. We have several feudal incubators, and I happen to be the coach for one of those feudal incubators. So if you guys are interested in joining and learning how to go ahead and build your own brand, how to promote it, how to find suppliers, or how to use all of those AI automations, and how to do this in a way where you just spend less time while all of those automations and those AI bots are doing all the legwork for you, then go ahead and jump into one of our feudal incubators. This is where you get access to those coaching programs, content review sections for where we do content review for whatever the product that you're trying to sell, help you pick the product. This is where we show you all of those AI content-driven automations and just so much more. So, guys, hopefully I'm spilling a lot of tea. I know I'm heading out to get a cheeseburger. Oh, wow, I got 26 views, 10 views. That's cool. So, hi. Chrissy, to the department. Oh, wow, I didn't expect. You know what, guys? This was, I totally forgot to tell you. This is actually coaching session for my uh, for my business partner. His name is Bruno. He's a feudal hustler. He's a coach. What I do is I have a talent agency. My name is Ron Wells. I'm a 21st century freedom writer, former certified master chief of the state of Connecticut, full stack cybersecurity and cloud engineer, and your ticket to freedom. If your mom over 40, thank you guys for joining. I was just in the process of giving a little bit of instructions for my virtual assistant, but not also a business partner. His name is Bruno. He is really working hard. He squabbled up together with me about a few months ago. He didn't have a job when he first squabbled up together with me. He didn't really he wanted to just learn automations when he first squabbled up together with me. So I showed him some innovative automations for how to create incredible marketing angles with automatically with just one push of a button using conversational style AI where you just have a chatbot like a Telegram chatbot and you just talk to it and it builds a bunch of automations for you and kind of promotes your products from multiple perspectives and angles. And I showed it to Bruno. He was really stoked about it. And next thing you know, Bruno was like, you know what, I want to do more than that. And I was like, all right, well, how would you like to become a feudal hustler to coach moms over 40? All of those different hybrid skills that are not taught in college. And Bruno was like, all right, bet. And then I was like, all right, well, how would you like to do more? How would you like to become a brand manager? And Bruno was like, all right, bet. Next thing you know, Bruno is learning all of this high cardinality, heterogeneous complexities to help moms over 40 truly squabble up with the right moms, the right brand owners, and start spawning money together with me, and while helping moms over 40 also spawn some money. So he knows how to quickly learn all of those different videos that I send him, and what I do is I created different mind maps for him, and that's what we do for moms over 40, similar like what I did for Bruno, except now Bruno is the one being involved, and Bruno, when he first joined, he didn't really have much skills, and I didn't really care if he had skills or not had skills. Well, what attracted me to Bruno was the fact that he smiled a lot and was really enthusiastic in terms of learning those skills that are not taught anywhere in the world. And I was like, all right, let me go ahead and help you out. And that's how we started. Now Bruno is literally preparing all those crazy workshops, trying to go Zoom. That's what I was trying to explain to him, like how do you do this? What topics you should talk about, how he should be using Freedom Fusion System to really promote all of our workshops across multiple social platforms and kind of give you guys all the necessary key that you need in order to figure out how to build your own field. This for whether you want to be the next wave of creator, doing TikTok on the go, whether you want to be doing TikTok shop affiliate or TikTok shop seller, whatever the case may be for moms over 40, what we do is construct different types of Freedom Fusion paths that will help moms literally morph some of those side hustles in their daily side hustling service delivery life cycle to make things a bit easier. So, and of course, Bruno over time developed incredible expertise in being able to pick up fast-paced information that literally comes out of my mouth and quickly operationalizing that information into all sorts of AI contributed automations. Now, I hope that makes sense, guys. But so I'm gonna, now that I quickly clarified that. Bruno, the next thing what you want to do is whenever those moms starts, there's a lot of moms. They're gonna be like bees flying on a honey. That's just gonna be that crazy, guys. Bruno. So what you want to do is show them the ThreadsBots SEO and ThreadsBots cartoon. I think they're going to be blown away by Stewie and Peter from Family Guy, just literally like talking about the product. And if you show them this automation for how to take any kind of product and combine it together with Peter and Stewie, doubling down and explaining what the product from a from like a multiple angle perspective, I think that's literally going to be blown away. But do that in context of kind of quickly when you start covering any kind of information, quickly scan multiple pieces of information. Don't double down too much on, let's say, how do you create a Threadsbox cartoon? How do you create a video where Peter and Stewie from Family Guy starts doubling down and explaining the product? If you start talking about it right away, like going into the weeds immediately, that's how we lose them, and we don't make any money, and they're not going to be. Bougie Boss Moms are just going to quickly they have a really low attention span. They want to have a lot of information, but they want to be, if the instance they see something like you explaining and are doubling down on something that is not relevant for them, that's when they run. I kind of discovered that, and that's why I rarely, even on YouTube channels or TikTok or anywhere else, I never double down on explaining anything deep unless I ask their permission and say, hey, Bougie Boss Moms, how would you like me to cover this business model? And then, of course, I go ahead and name a couple of business models. I give them a couple of options, so this way it motivates them, and maybe some of them want to do RV. They want to be RV moms. They want to have fun, chill with pets, cats, and dogs, and just create their own brand, be the next wave of creators. Maybe they're interested in that model. Maybe they're not interested yet in the mechanics of how to create automation with Peter and Stewie talking about the product yet. So I hope that makes sense. But needless to say, what you do want to do, you kind of quickly want to iterate through different topics, and you're going to see a couple of videos that I sent you. I sent you a couple of videos of experts, those 20-year-old experts. And guys, in case if you're wondering, like, what am I telling to Bruno right now? I'm literally explaining to him. And guys, like, the reason why I could verbally talk like this to Bruno, because he is picking up every single thing in our Slack channel and our Insta. That's the only reason I'm able to talk to him like that. If you guys, I understand, it's not designed for you guys to fully understand it. Unless you watch all of those workshops that I quickly created, it's just going to be really almost next to impossible for you to quickly understand what I'm describing to Bruno. But just think of it this way. If you wanted to have similar type of coaching program for you, but provided not by me, Ron Wells, but by Bruno for you, then definitely, guys, go ahead and jump into my Threadstock Digital Power Bundle. All you got to do is just DM the word PATH on my Insta, comment the word PATH on my Insta if you go to my buy link, and you will get access to Threadstock Digital Power Bundle, so this way you can start developing hybrid skills that are not taught anywhere in the world. This way you truly start working towards your direction of your freedom fusion goal and building your brand. If you don't do that, guys, you're just going to quickly you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to do it next time, and next thing you know, you never do it. 1 week goes by, month goes by, year goes by, and you don't do it. So this is why you need encouragement, accountability, and support, guys. If you guys are interested in any of that, go ahead and DM the word PATH on my Insta. But Bruno, here's what I was talking about. Effectively, once you start iterating through different types of business models, just kind of hit them hard with different variations, like here's a business model for RV moms, here's a business model for restaurant moms, and go ahead and quickly show them a couple of threads. When you start showing them threads, jump into ChatGPT, search for kind of some of the keywords like restaurant, RV, and then a couple of threads going to pop up. So just make sure you search through at threads.com at Freedom Fusion System, right? So that's what you want to search through. So this way you get some suggestions for what kind of threads to cover, and then when somebody jumps in and they'll be like, oh, yeah, Bruno, you know what? I actually do like the idea of learning about restaurants, how to promote restaurants and sponsor money with that. I really like this idea. Then you could go ahead and expand on that thread and double down and literally show that. Just remember, Bruno, a couple of things what you want to be doing. You want to be doing thread stacking in combination with UGC. Some moms are going to be really heavy on UGC. They will say, well, Bruno, tell me, how do you UGC? How do you reach out to restaurants? What can you do? Like, when somebody starts talking like really specifics, here's what you want to do. You want to provide only light level of information. You don't really want to go super deep because it instantly will deviate all the other moms who are in the same workshop. Instead, what you want to do, you want to give a little bit of tea, and then you're going to say something like this. If you want to learn, so you want to learn about restaurants, how to promote those restaurants, that is absolutely a great way to build this, your feudal kingdom. There's a couple of tips that I know about. I'd like to cover them more. If I get maybe 2 more people interested in that, then I will go ahead and cover that more. And if anybody is also interested in restaurants, then go ahead and press 1. If you see a lot of people pressing 1, then go ahead and double down and explain that. So what you want to do, you want to introduce permissioning. You want to be asking permissions from your audience. This is going to quickly make you into the next wave of creators. and effectively get that trust on there because they see you asking for permission, you're interfacing with your audience, you're not just like a talking puppet going on like in a machine, like a machine, right? Instead, you're asking for permissions. And if you don't see a lot of people want to double down and explain, uh, not interested in restaurants, then you say, look, it doesn't look like there's a lot of people interested in that. If you want to learn more about it, jump into my upcoming workshop where I'll cover a little bit more. I'll make sure I'll prepare for next workshop a little bit more for that topic. And I also do have a guide in my community. DM the word PATH on my Insta. So this way I could send you the guide. It's called Thread Stock Digital Power Bundle. You're going to learn in there for how to pull this off. There's a couple of steps in there. Just make sure you go through those steps. So anything that I cover specifically on threads, anything I cover across multiple different types of business system is all in Thread Stock Digital Power Bundle and also in many of those guides. So all we got to do is just tell them, go to my Thread Stack Digital Power Bundle. All you got to do is DM the word PATH in my Insta, and you will be able to download the actual app itself, mobile app. You could use it. It's a mobile-friendly app. This is where you can learn more about how to monetize the heck out of restaurants, how to promote them, and spawn more money, right? So for anything that you're not sure of, funnel them directly to the community. So that's the idea. This is so you want to be super fast. You want to be explaining to them like, hey guys, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. Constantly asking permission. So this is kind of your ticket out of questions, not just because you don't know how to answer those questions, but because essentially you're not trying to lose people, and instead what you want to do, the whole purpose for you to create those workshops, those Freedom Fusion Flip workshops, is to create relationships with those moms over 40. So this way you could find out what exactly they're looking for, what kind of business they have, what kind of luxury brand they have, and based on that, jump into your goal is not to have like thousands of moms convinced on that workshop. Your goal is to just create a relationship with any kind of mom, depending on what this mom wants to talk about. Your goal is to create that relationship and then effectively help that mom grow their brand. And that mom could be like, you know what, I do have a bunch of Gucci bags that I'm trying to sell, and I have this brand, but I literally don't know how to blow it up across multiple socials. And that's where you're going to come in with all those different bots, all those different tools. This is where you get to be their hero. You get to save them. You get to talk about different PowerPoint presentations. Make sure you have access to all the PowerPoint presentations that are provided to you. Make sure you have access to multiple threads. Make sure you go into a couple of threads so this way you know what threads to cover. And also, Bruno, one more thing. If you could, like, sooner or later, you're going to have a bunch of conversations being asked during the workshops. Oh, how can you handle a restaurant? Can you please tell me more how to promote restaurants or how to promote RV mom business? And at that point, you need to be looking at those threads, and you need to have like on another part of the screen ChatGPT. You want to be using ChatGPT to search through multiple threads that are already pre-created. Remember, Bruno, content is already pre-created ahead of the game, so you don't necessarily need to fully read through the content all the way, but you just need to be approximately good enough in terms of picking the right thread and referencing that thread for that mom. So this way, when they see that thread, they're going to be like, "Ooh, this is fire. I want to learn more about it." And then they read through the thread and decide if this is something for them or not. So this way, you're not spending a colossal amount of time, and because I already created a lot of information inside of that thread that converts them even more into Thread Stack Digital Power Bundle, then that's going to be more beneficial for us. So in a way, the only thing that I'm thinking about that you could try to expand on is whip out automation, Bruno, that provides prescriptive order recommendations based on questions that moms are asking. So let's say you're doing a Zoom recording, let's say you're doing a Zoom meeting, you're doing this Freedom Fusion Flip workshop that talks about helping moms to grow their feudal kingdom and either keep it or flip it, and then out of a sudden, mom goes ahead and asks a question. And she says, well, how do I go ahead and grow my RV mom brand? Or how do I go ahead and promote my restaurant? And then you'd be like, all right, this is what and you're going to have this automation automatically prescribe to you the thread that you want to reference and respond back to this mom. So basically, you want to be using prescriptive-based threading. If you don't have prescriptive-based automation that can read this transcript in real time and provide those threads, then no worries, just whip out a ChatGPT and quickly search through that. Try to use maybe Grok, ChatGPT, anything that can search through those threads quickly, so this way you could get back to them. If you want to supercharge one of those threads bots with a Chrome extension and use Excel document, then do that as well. You've already seen an example of how we do this. That may be actually a lot easier way for you to respond to such moms. So now that you have full understanding for how to coach those moms, you're going to be probably making at least $100 to $300 an hour And Bruno, congratulations. You actually said yes. You want to learn that stuff, so now you're getting rewarded. I think, how much is it in Africa? In Africa, it's I don't know, like in any of those countries, third world countries, it's really difficult to make money. I imagine you making $100 to $300 per hour. That's basically the rate we want to be working on. And of course, there's going to be some commission going to for the talent agency. But overall, I want you to start succeeding. I want you to start making money coaching those moms. We're talking $100 to $300 an hour easily. You're going to be earning by being that consultant, by being that person who is coaching those moms. Easily $100 to $300 an hour. So congratulations, Bruno. All you got to do is just have to. What you want to do is you want to formulate. You have to supercharge those Freedom Fusion System CRM with a recurring pulse. Once you supercharge Freedom Fusion System CRM with a recurring pulse, those moms over 40, they're going to be seeing all of those posts across all of those socials. Because we have a relatively good presence right now across many of the platforms, it's going to be fairly easy for you to get in front of them. If you utilize some of those techniques that I'm showing, like hash brown tactics or any other viral tactics, then it's going to be super easy for us to break through and get in front of those moms. Then the rest is just smooth sailing. You just simply coach them, spend money, and have fun. That's all it comes down to. And also in the process of doing that, while you, of course, teaching them, you could be showing them some of those other products that we're trying to whip out, that we're trying to promote, and how to discover what is a winning product across Meta, across all of those different platforms. And you could show it to them and show automations that we're using that shows helps with the product research. Just make sure that whatever it is that you do, you like literally respond back to those moms and show them more like a bigger zoom video, and then let me know what that video is, because then I'm going to go ahead and hit it again with that same video that you created during the workshop across multiple platforms. So together we are cohesively conquering those different types of platforms and letting everybody know that yes, you're the GOAT, you're the one that knows the automations, you know how to do product development, how to find winning products, and guide those moms of 40 with their relevant Freedom Fusion paths that will literally help them discover that freedom. But of course, in order to make that happen, what we want to do, we want to make sure that you are positioned as an expert, not just a AI automation expert, being one trick pony. We don't want that for you. We want you to be more than just AI automation expert. As you really know, it's really easy to create an automation. It took me literally less than an hour to go ahead and whip out some really enterprise level app, just literally in less than 1 hour white coding. Now, granted, I am a full stack cybersecurity and cloud engineer. For me, it's like effortless. And of course, it would probably take mom maybe an entire month to pull this off. But at the end of the day, it's still very easy to create any kind of AI automations, but really difficult to figure out how to find a winning product, how to combine it with funnels, how to find the right brands, how do you know that this is going to work, how do you know how much money you should be spending, which supplier you're supposed to connect with, how do you know who to trust, all those different factors. This is what you're going to be explaining throughout those workshops and doubling down on that. And don't worry, if your girlfriend left you, don't worry, you're going to find a new girlfriend, and believe me, she's going to run to you, Bruno, once you start showing those profits. Remember, you're going to be making at least $100 to $300 an hour coaching with moms. All we need to do is literally just double down on those skills. And of course, let's try to push some of those products. Let's try to push AI Grow products as well. Let's try to finish the study guide. Let's try to finish like gradually. Make sure you just do this in your own terms, on your own time. You don't get overwhelmed, because if you get overwhelmed, Bruno, it's going to be like really to make progress. Take it one step at a time. So when you go, I know you're doing a lot of things. Like you have a job. You're being a handyman. You're replacing air conditioners. I know you're doing a lot of things, Bruno. But like when you go to that job, go ahead and put your headphones on and listen to a couple of YouTube videos that I went ahead and sent you. So this way you could quickly understand how to navigate through those products, how to navigate, how to go through the discovery process of the product research. So this way, you're going to be, when you come home, you're going to be like, okay, now I understand what's happening approximately. Okay, you know what, I'm going to try to whip out an automation. So this is how it works, Bruno. That's basically all. That's what I wanted to say. I'm going to get some food real quick, but yeah, I hope this helps. And I believe